Welcome to Atlas's Part A Fundamentals Course Tour. In this brief video, we're going to introduce you to our narrated lessons, audio flashcards, practice quizzes, and simulated exams. And just like any of our other online courses at Atlas API Training, all of our courses are available anywhere, anytime on any of your supported devices. Our CWI courses are complete curriculums designed to aid you in taking and passing the CWI exam and receive your certification. These are not just pre-seminar courses that would prepare you to take a course, but our courses are complete courses that prepare you to take the exam. Our CWI Part A, B, and C courses are AWS accredited for 20 hours each, and you can accumulate a total of 60 hours if you take all three parts. AWS accepts these hours for either retesting purposes or as professional development hours towards a 9-year renewal. Please visit aws.org/certification for further details. The Atlas CWI Exam Prep course consists of 4 different sets of study materials: narrated lessons, audio flashcards, practice quizzes, and timed exams. Now we're going to take a brief look at the narrated lessons. Before discussing the narrated lessons of Part C, I want to address a question that we regularly get here at Atlas API, and that is, when I take the Part C test for the CWI, should I take that on the API 1104 or the D11? And let me go ahead and address that right now. So the 1104 code book in totality is 118 pages long. The D11 code book is damn near 600 pages long, but about half of that is what you really need to know. The first half, which is the code section. The back half, which includes the annexes and the commentary pages, be familiar, but you aren't going to be tested on that. So the 1104 book is about a third the length. Now the D11, for its overall length, does have a benefit in that there's an index. So that does help you find answers to your questions and direct you to the code pretty efficiently if you know how to use it all. On the other hand, the API 1104 is only 118 pages. You can learn that. You can learn the organization, the content. There's a table of contents. So, and you can still annotate those books. So you can get to what you need in the 1104 easily if you practice. Second point is that for the open book test, you can take in your tabbed and noted, dog-eared, highlighted API 1104 book. However, the D11 is going to be computer-based at the Prometric testing facilities, and the D11 books will no longer be allowed at some point here in the future. We don't know when, but we know that's what the plan for AWS is to put the D11 book onto the computer. Therefore, you won't be able to take in your own tabbed, highlighted D11 code book, whereas the 1104, you'll always be able to take that book in. And lastly, your CWI card doesn't even disclose which exam you took. So if you're here to study and prep to pass your CWI test to get your certification, our recommendation is focus on the 1104, and we believe that's a better path to passing your CWI exam. This is a typical slide from our Part C narrated lessons with the actual voiceover.
And face bend test is a soundness test in which the individual performing the test places the specimen across the shoulders of a die with the surface to be tested facing down.
Here's another example of a narrated slide.
API 1104 Figure 3 illustrates the location of test butt weld specimens for procedure qualification testing. It contains 4 pipe illustrations, each representing a different group of pipe diameters.
Now I'm going to introduce our second set of study materials, our audio flashcards. The Part C audio flashcards includes 400 narrated questions and answers, and the total narration lasts about 180 minutes long. And we've broken these up into 6 different groups, with each group lasting about 30 minutes. So that way you can listen to them in 30-minute increments. The question will always be shown at the top of the screen, and once a question has been read, the answer will be revealed at the bottom of the screen. So the question is, filler metals that are coated shall be protected from blank, protected from excessive changes in moisture. And now the next example of an audio flashcard. You always have the option to listen to the narration on your device's audio, and if you can't listen to them, you can always manually scroll through the questions. So this question is, which non-destructive testing method is specified in the API 1104? And that would be radiographic examination. The audio flashcards are developed from the same data bank that contains all of our questions and answers for our quizzes and our exams. So this is a great opportunity to review and refresh all the information you've been learning. So in our last example of a flashcard here, the question is, pipe ends of the same thickness shall not be offset by more than how much? That'd be 1/8 of an inch. And now to our next set of materials. The third set of CWI exam prep materials are practice quizzes, and I'll introduce those now. With practice quizzes, you'll get immediate feedback when you submit your answer, so you know if you got it correct or incorrect. Also, practice quizzes are not scored and they are not timed. We have written about 400 questions in our Part C quiz file, and we've broken those into about 6 equal blocks. And so if you take all 6 of our practice quizzes, you'll have encountered every single question that we've got in our database that will help you reinforce all your knowledge that you're gaining. Practice quizzes are representative of the types of questions you'll encounter on your CWI exam. So take them often so you can reinforce your knowledge that you're building. Now we'll go ahead and show the difference between timed exams and practice quizzes. So here's the difference between timed exams and practice quizzes. The timed exam is limited to 120 minutes to replicate the length of the actual CWI exam, and the practice quizzes don't have any time limitations at all. The timed exam doesn't provide you the instant feedback, but you do get results at the end of the exam to let you know how well you did. And quizzes, as I showed you earlier, provide the instant feedback when you submit your answer. The exam is scored, and so you get the results at the end, but quizzes are not scored at all. And the exam will randomly select 60 questions from the database of 400 questions each time you take the exam. So it's randomly going to pull 60 out of almost 400. And the quiz, those are broken up into 6 different quizzes, as I explained earlier, and you'll be able to go through all 400 questions. You have 2 options if you want the narrated lessons and everything else. You can purchase the complete CWI course package, which includes all parts A, B, and C, or you can just do the individual course package where you select whether you want A, B, or C. Now that's if you want narrated lessons and everything else. If you just want the flashcards, quizzes, and exams, and you aren't interested in the narrated lessons, you can then purchase the practice package only and select which parts you want, A, B, or C, or all 3. On behalf of Hannah McLeod, I want to thank you for watching this video. And please contact us for any of your CWI or API training needs, whether it's online or on site. You can visit us at atlasapitraining.com. Thank you.